So I caught myself trying to see what my max push-ups were. So yeah, I won't say much. Just check it out. So if I counted correctly, that was 31 push-ups. Terrible, terrible. Did I ever mention that I don't really like push-ups? But anyhow, as you see, I wasn't doing push-ups with my hands on the ground. I was doing them using my pull-up bar, my doorway pull-up bar, specifically because a couple weeks ago when I was doing the overhead tricep extensions, and I did a little video, a YouTube short with me doing those with my wife. I think just that angling of my wrist kind of like it kind of caused me to I kind of hurt my wrist a little bit and I'm still recovering from that. And so when I do push-ups, I'm having to kind of try to do stuff to keep my wrist a bit straighter versus kind of putting all that stress on them by bending them, like so. So trying to straighten those wrists up while I do the push-ups. And I also was doing these push-ups slower than I would if I was really kind of trying to see what my max was. I would go a lot faster than that. So therefore, I was putting a lot more stress on the muscle. I mean, a lot more tension on the muscle. So I tired them out more quickly. Um, so yeah, so that so it just is what it is. It is what it is. Um, and I also thought that my range of motion was better. I got deeper for sure with the push up, but my range of motion up top still was it's weird when you're doing exercises a lot of times you feel like you're going further than you are with your range, but I was not quite extending out at the top, but it feels like you are. So again, it just is what it is. So push-ups, and I'm just kind of showing a lot more of my workout outside, which is basically just alternating between push-ups and chin-ups. But push-ups are probably my least liked strength training exercise. And that's because they burn so much. And I've never been very quote good at them. Like whenever you have these dudes who can do, they can crank out 50 easily or, 75, 100 push-ups and whatnot. Like that's not me. I've gotten push-ups, 50 push-ups before, but it surely wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. It was painful and whatnot. However, even though I don't like push-ups, even though they are very much of a strain, it's a good strain because push-ups are great for chest. They're good for building chest muscle. And they've been the main reason I've built the chest that I've built. So I have to give props, where props are due. They build good chest muscle. Now, as far as like developing like the tie-in, the center line, they're not great with those unless you do like maybe closer hand stuff. And I don't do a lot of that because it tends to be a little harder, like on my shoulders. So, it is what it is. But anyhow, um, yeah, I'm just out here exercising, outside and, exercise outside is one of my things. Before I got my gym membership, maybe about 4 months ago, I was only exercising at home. And a lot of times, especially during the warm months, I go exercise outside, maybe in the screened in porch or something like that. Now I'm kind of doing it outside where I can be exposed to the sun and even sometimes shirtless because of the reason that sun exposure is the main way that we get one of the most vital nutrients that we need, which is vitamin D. And I actually realized surprisingly in my 20s that I was very low in vitamin D from a blood test. And that really surprised me. It showed me that I kind of underestimate how much I need to be in the sun. The more skin you have exposed, the more surface area that your body can work with to synthesize that vitamin D. And so especially during these warmer months, that's kind of like, what I'm working on. But yeah, I don't like push-ups. I do like chin-ups, but either way, just cranking out those reps, they build they build chest for sure, for sure. A little bit of triceps, but triceps for me need a little bit more direct work. Sometimes with people with shorter arms, they get more tricep out of push-ups, but anyhow. If you're 35 to 50 years old and wanting to lose weight, get stronger, and become more athletic, but you keep finding yourself hitting roadblocks like aches and pains, stuck at the same weight, lack of motivation, even wondering if your fitness goal is impossible to reach, I got something for you. My exclusive fitness support consists of my daily fitness mindset mornings every weekday morning, where I teach you the mindset that fit people use to achieve high levels of health and fitness, and where you can ask me your specific health and fitness questions so that you can finally get unstuck. You also get access to my video workout library, as well as my fat loss workbook, fitness journal, and other helpful fitness related downloads we have available on our Patreon. If that sounds good to you and you're ready to change your mind so that you can finally change your body, your health, and your life, join us now at patreon.com/Sean B2B Fitness.